So my pick of the week from my personal pull list was Descender, issue number 1 from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. And when I'd finished this book off, the question that was spiralling around my head was, will this be the book that is on the tip of everyone's tongue in 2015? Is this going to be in everyone's top 5 comic books of 2015? We're only in the 3rd month, but in my opinion, based on this first issue, and if it is anything to go by, I think it will be. This was fantastic. This is science fiction at its best. And it's best because it pulls from so much of the sci-fi genre, especially the movies. This has already been tipped and promoted to Sony Pictures, who could be doing a film based on this book. And we can see the kind of classic modern age sci-fi films, and to some extent some of the older black and white movies that this has certain similarities to. We have a kind of 2001 A Space Odyssey vibe to it. There is elements of Steven Spielberg's AI, the black and white classic The Day the Earth Stood Still, and in part I got this creepy alien vibe from it. And I have to say, as I read through this book, I had this urge to go back and watch some of those classic sci-fi films. It was just surging through my veins. The premise of the book is that, of course, we are in the future and there are these 9 core planets, and we see the kind of central one called Nirata, and this is kind of the hub of culture and technology, and we see this kind of utopian, bright, shining city, but really don't get too attached to it, because within a few pages we have this robotic alien invasion coming down on all 9 planets, and we see it decimating a population of 5.5 billion down to just 1 billion. The story jumps 10 years into the future, and we meet Tim, 21, who at the beginning seemingly looks just like a young boy, but as the story progresses we see that he is actually a robot, and he is on this kind of mining base where he is basically surrounded by death. All the human inhabitants are dead. And you see him going through all these kind of so detailed, so creepy looking kind of alien space corridors, and it just, the atmosphere, it just seeps out the pages. Lemire pictures this kind of childlike wonder with this inherent terror perfectly. And this is compounded as we follow Tim 21 as he discovers that he has been asleep for the last 10 years, and he sees through various images and news reports what has happened in those 10 years after the alien kind of robotic decimation had happened, and how the humans turned on robots. It is just a fantastic book. Dustin Nguyen, it's a name that you will have heard if you've read Batman Eternal. He has often been a guest artist on here, but he excels in this book. The flowing kind of painted style that he has here is just gorgeous to behold. He kind of goes from these new age glistening cityscapes to these space monolithic robots And then you have, like I said, these kind of terrifying, enclosed, claustrophobic corridors where anything can be hiding in the shadows. He puts across in that moon base, that kind of mining site, a sense of dread and fear, and of course death. I am so on board with this title. It is gorgeous. It's well written. Jeff Lemire has already said he's kind of going back to the themes of his two previous works, them being Sweet Tooth and Trillium. And I am looking forward to seeing what he's going to bring to this new sci-fi title. Long live the sci-fi!